Hello, Elk Grove Unified. This is another episode of EGU News, and we have a focus today with a Q&A interview with three of our great program specialists who focus on, or who have been focused on, one of the areas has been social emotional learning. And we're going to be talking about the training, what it is, why it's so important, as well as some of the highlights and some of the things that are really unique about it. So with me today, I'm Santhi Pinkerton, and with me today is Lisa Vartanian. Lisa, can you say hi?
Hi.
Thank you. We also have Patty Tong with us. Hi, Patty. And we also have Danielle Black. Hey, Danielle. All right, so we're going to dive right into it, and we're going to start with Patty. Patty, can you tell us essentially, I've been reading over the information, and looks like we have a 4-session training coming up for our employees and mainly our school site employees and their staff. Can you give a little bit of highlight? What is this all about?
Well, we're continuing what we did in pre-service in introducing SEL to our staff. And we have 4 sessions that we'll be providing throughout the year. The first one's focusing on their own self-care and recognizing what it means, their wellness means to them, and what are some strategies that they can use to maintain their wellness so that they can then be at their best for their students. And we'll continue that with 2 other sessions focusing on culturally responsive teaching. And the first one's going to focus on how do we talk and respond to students in a culturally responsive way in order to build that connection with students. And then we'll continue that with interruption strategies for implicit bias. And so then we'll finalize the 4th training will be on trauma-informed education in really helping teachers help students and respond to students who are in distress. And so we feel that these are just 4 trainings that will give an overview of SEL and will be a foundation for which we can build future trainings as the years progress.
Excellent. Okay, so what I heard you say is these trainings are going to be focused on self-care for the employee, for the teacher, for the administrator. We're looking at cultural responsiveness training, implicit bias training, as well as the 4th one. Let's see if I can remember. Was on, oh, I forgot already.
Trauma-informed education.
Thank you. Trauma-informed. Very important at this time of the year, or this in what we're going through with the pandemic and whatnot. Okay, great. Danielle, can you tell us why these 4 trainings in particular? Why are we really investing in this?
So thank you, Santhi. We understand that social emotional learning is important as a district. This is not new to the district. For several years, we've been looking for our opportunity to actualize what we believe, which is that we are here for our students and our families. And it's just been a matter of how do we integrate this into what's happening. And I think that that's what's key, is that social emotional learning is not an add-on. This is going to be integrated into everything that we do, and it is integrated into everything that we do. And that's the understanding that we need to have. And so starting with that adult self-care, not only because of the times that we're in, but as our superintendent often says, the adults have to get better in the room for the kids to get better. That's where it starts. And so starting there and then helping everyone understand that with our social emotional selves, if we're understanding ourselves, how does that play out in the classroom? And that the better we become, the better we are showing up for our students. And so again, this is not new to our district. This is something we've wanted to actualize, and starting with pre-service and now carrying it through the year is our opportunity to actually do what we say we are going to do. And I think that that's important for our district, and that the way the program is designed really is for school sites. Often we get those go-getters that are ready to come to trainings, and they're at all the trainings, and they are our top tier and our excellent teachers who serve as models for others. But sometimes those of us who aren't aware that we need this kind of training, we don't show up for it. So designing it in this way as a school site, then we can get everyone on board and we can move forward more effectively because we're moving forward together.
That's beautiful. I love that. The integration ideas of it. And yeah, we can all get better. And that should only help, especially our younger folks that we're working with on a daily basis. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Danielle. Lisa, let's turn to you. What are some of the highlights? What are things that, especially in our community, what should they look forward to? And well, the people taking the trainings, what should they look forward to? But then what will be the highlights also after the effect?
Thanks, Santi. I definitely would say the highlight, one of the highlights for this training is the collaborative effort, first of all, I want to touch on, between multiple departments. So we have a curriculum professional learning, we have English language learners, we have secondary ed and student support health services, all involved in planning and presenting on this these series. And then within that, we have our instructional coaches from the EL, from CPL, secondary ed, and elementary ed being represented. But then even within our wellness providers are presenting. So we have the collaborative effort with our mental health therapists, our school counselors, our school psychologists, our PBIS coaches, and behaviorists, and then also our school social workers. So it's everybody coming together. And I think for the, I would say that we have the right people in the room, during this time, because it is this effort of all of us, kind of our strengths and just working and building upon that for our classroom teachers. I'd say that it's unique because it's really an opportunity for all of us to not only focus and reflect on our own self-care, but also the students' well-being. So we're learning strategies for ourselves and also learning strategies for students. And then blending that with instructional strategies and well-being of students. So, to me, it's a wonderful opportunity for us as adults, but also for students too. So, and like Danielle and Patty said, I feel it's like just the beginning conversation that, we're just kind of embarking on this wonderful journey together that I think will only support us all. So it's exciting.
Excellent, excellent. So what I'm hearing is, number one, SEL, or the idea of social emotional learning, it's not an add-on. It's something that's really important that we integrate throughout everything that we're doing. And it sounds like this training, the other thing that's really critical with it is that it's collaborative. It's putting across every area throughout the organization so that we can really work on ourselves. We can also work on trying to meet all the variety of needs and that are going to be out there. So I think that's great. Is there anything else that you want to add? I think I remember now. So we've got, first, it's going to be a focus on self-care, making sure that you're taking care of yourself and that you know how to work through that. The second one, the culturally responsive training that needs to come out, especially in the school environment with our lessons and whatnot, and what we're teaching and how we're teaching, and the strategies we're using. And then the third one has to do with implicit bias. And just the things that we make, generalizations or assumptions that we might naturally make subconsciously, unconsciously, etc. And then the fourth one, the trauma-informed teaching. I remember that one, especially given the time with what we're all going through right now. Patty, did I get it all? Did I get all?
That about sums it up.
And Danielle, this is really an opportunity for the whole staff to come together and work together on instead of one person at a time working on one thing.
I think that is the best way for this to take place, that we can move forward together and that you have whole sites participating together, because that also, I think, will bring school sites together. And
the community. If the school's together, eventually, you're looking at students and the entire community embracing something that helps everyone. That's awesome. Lisa, did you have anything else that you wanted to add?
Thanks, Santi, for asking. I'd say that even from our pre-service, the feedback that we received from teachers, they felt like it was very beneficial and they were grateful for just that basic foundation of social emotional learning. So again, just excited and moving forward with them. So.
Awesome. Time well spent. All right. Well, I won't eat up any more of your time this morning. I want to thank you all. We had, again, Lisa Vartanian with us, Patty Tong, and Danielle Black. They're our program specialists all working in different areas of our organization, but helping to bring forward this really important collaborative social emotional learning training for our school site staff. And I wish you all a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Xanthi. Thanks.
Thank you.